Ay gambar record tuh?
Ada.
Oke, mulainya. Mulai. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 9 from class EST 7B. We would like to presentation about organizing the course. And our member are Siti Rohmah as presenter, Sunita Prilana Dewi as presenter, Sonia Novelia as presenter, Agustin Serlina as presenter, and Miss Sukmairawan as presenter and moderator. For the first material, will be presented by Siti Rohmah. Siti Rohmah, time is yours.
Okay, here I would like give a bit explain about what does it means to organize a course. Deciding what the underlying system will be that pull together the content and material in accordance with the goals and objectives and that give the course a shape and structure. This is how the teacher can plan, organize, designing the lesson or the syllabus to get the best course or the lesson. Next slide. And there are 5 process to get to. Okay, the first one is wait. I'm sorry, I have some problem in my side signal. Yes, okay. There are 5 process to organize the course. The first one is determining the organized principle. The second one is identifying units, modules, or standards based on organizing principle. The third one is sequencing the units. The fourth one, determining the language and the skills content, the skill contents of the unit. And the last one is organizing the content within each unit. Okay, we can underline 5 process: determining, identifying, sequencing, language, and skills. And the last one is organizing. Okay. Thank you. I think it is enough for the what is organized. What does it mean of organize a course?
Okay, thank you, Siti Rohmah. And the next material will be presented by Sunita. Sunita, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Sukma. And now I would like to present my presentation about why organize a course. According to Stern, but an emphasis on learner autonomy does not absolve the curriculum designer of his responsibility to plan the option within which the learner will be encouraged to exercise his judgment. In short, careful and comprehensive curriculum planning is compatible with adaptability at the class level for both teacher and student. Therefore, the laudable intention to give freedom to the teacher and responsibility to the student must not serve as an excuse for not planning the curriculum. And the first one is organization bridge the goals and objectives with the actual lessons. Students expect it, provide the arena or option to make decision together. And the last is negotiated syllabus work best when there is a conceptual container to support it. So, jadi kenapa kita harus mendesain sebuah course itu? Karena untuk memfasilitasi peserta didik dalam pembelajaran di kelas, itu agar dapat memahami mata pelajaran dengan baik. Sekian.
Thank you for Sunita. The next material will be presented by Sonia. Sonia, time is yours.
The next material is how does one decide on an appropriate organization? Next. 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 Sebelumnya lagi. The way you organize your course depends on several factors.
Ya, ini.
Nah, ini udah. The first one is course content. The second one is learning goals and objective. The third one is past experience. Next is students' need. The next beliefs understanding, method or text or context. Jadi sebelum kita membuat sebuah course, desain course itu, kita harus memperhatikan tentang course kontennya. Setelah itu, setelah mengetahui course kontennya itu apa, kemudian ditentukan learning goals and objective sesuai dengan course content yang diambil. Kemudian yang harus diperhatikan lagi adalah past experience, yaitu apa saja yang telah siswa pelajari sebelum mengikuti course ini. Dengan begitu akan ditemukan students need atau materi-materi apa saja yang belum dipelajari oleh siswanya dan dibutuhkan oleh siswanya. Kemudian beliefs and understanding itu mengenai tentang kepercayaan tentang bagaimana siswa itu cara mempelajari bahasa agar mereka dapat mengerti materi dengan baik. Dengan begitu dapat dipilih atau ditentukan metode yang sesuai dengan learning style dari siswa tersebut. Metode atau konteks dan semua poin yang ada di situ harus disesuaikan dengan konteks yang dipilih oleh siswa. Contohnya apabila siswa itu membutuhkan tentang grammar, berarti metodenya atau past experience-nya itu yang diteliti itu yang tentang grammar-nya, jadi yang sesuai dengan konteksnya. Next. The way you have conceptualized the content and define the goals and objective of the course provide the foundation of organizing. The first point is adjust to the language skill learned. Jadi sesuaikan dengan keterampilan bahasa yang sudah dipelajari di sebelumnya. Yang kedua, adjust to the terms in each language skill. Sesuaikan dengan tema di setiap language skill. Misalkan, kalau temanya itu is about content-based history, tentang sejarah berbasis konten, berarti tugasnya itu, then the course may organize chronologically historical period. Jadi di kontennya itu atau tugasnya itu bisa membuat sebuah cerita sejarah. Itu misalkan kalau di writing skills. Next. The way that you conceptualize content and set goals and objectives depends on your teaching and learning experience and consider several points below. Cara Anda membuat konsep konten dan menetapkan tujuan itu bergantung pada pengalaman belajar dan mengajar, serta harus mempertimbangkan beberapa poin di bawah ini. The first one is kind of course in particular or who is the student. Yang pertama itu jenis kursus secara spesifik, siswa itu akan mengambil kursus apa, kemudian who is the student, siapa yang menjadi siswa ini, apakah anak-anak atau orang dewasa. The second one is your own beliefs about how people learn language. Jadi keyakinan kamu sendiri tentang bagaimana orang belajar bahasa, misalnya menggunakan metode apa, atau cara yang menurut kamu itu dipercaya dapat efektif ketika mengajarkan bahasa kepada siswa. The next is students need. Dan pastinya semuanya itu harus disesuaikan dengan kebutuhan siswa. The example, you may organize the course which focus on solving the problem if your students are adults. Jadi kamu bisa membuat atau menyelenggarakan kursus yang berfokus pada pemecahan masalah apabila siswanya itu tergolong pada orang-orang yang sudah dewasa dan mengerti. Karena apabila anak-anak diberikan solving the problem itu tidak sesuai karena terlalu sulit, tidak sesuai dengan umurnya. Next. Besides, your beliefs about the influence of several factors which influence students' attitudes during the learning process is important. The example is, if you believe about the important role of student autonomy, then you may organize the course or around students' project. Nah, jadi ini tuh kepercayaan bahwa, oh ternyata faktor-faktor ini yang mempengaruhi siswanya itu selama pembelajaran tuh bisa menerima pembelajaran dengan baik. Misalkan Anda itu mempercayai tentang pentingnya students autonomy. Nah, akhirnya karena Anda mengetahui pentingnya students autonomy itu, Anda langsung organize the course around students project. Jadi memberikan siswa itu diperintahkan untuk melakukan sebuah project. Next. A approach and method. In decide approach and method, you need to understand the course material or procedures. Ya tentunya sebelum menentukan approach dan metode yang digunakan, kamu harus mengetahui apa yang dibutuhkan, apa approach dan metode yang dibutuhkan untuk mendukung pemahaman course material yang dipelajari oleh siswa. In addition, syllabus or textbook may provide the organizational structure of a course. Selain itu, silabus dan textbook juga sangat mempengaruhi dalam pemilihan approach dan metode yang akan digunakan. Next. The teaching context. By analyzing the teaching context, you can understand about student situation constraint. Then you are expected to design effective solution to improve teaching and learning activity. Di sini itu kita sebelum menentukan apa yang akan dipelajari dan dibutuhkan oleh siswa, kita harus menganalisis teaching konteksnya. Dengan begitu, kita akan mengetahui tentang kondisi siswa atau constraint apa yang dihadapi siswa selama pembelajaran. Dan akhirnya dengan begitu, kita akan dapat mendesain atau menemukan solusi yang efektif untuk mengembangkan teaching and learning activity. Yang kedua adalah time, the amount of time for the course, such as the number of course meeting with designed in accordance to the length of your teaching unit or module. Jadi lamanya pembelajaran itu tergantung dengan banyaknya konten yang akan dipelajari. The next presenter, please.
Okay, I would like to explain about what are different ways to organize and sequence a course. In organizing the course, there is no way or best way to organize a course. You may organize a course one way the first time you teach it and reorganize it. Karena setelah kita mengajarkannya kepada murid itu, kita tahu apa yang bisa dan apa yang tidak bisa kita lakukan untuk mengorganize a course. Kemudian, due to the flexibility of the human spirit and due to the fact that the students don't know that we did it a different way before, this doesn't mean that the changes always work. Jadi, karena fleksibilitas dari human spirit dan karena ketidaktahuan students akan hal yang kita ubah itu, berarti gak selalu perubahan itu dapat terjadi atau berhasil seperti itu. Itu menurut non-linear and organic way yang sudah dipelajari oleh penulis dari Larson Freeman 1997. This slide is an example syllabuses. The first one is Dennis Penny's course. It organized around the topics. Topic is the focus of a unit that lasts 2 to 3 weeks. Within each units, students learn about aspects of the topic. Those topics are organizing principle of the course. Within each unit, students learn about aspect of the topic. Next slide, please. In Brooke-Palmer course, its organizing principle is text, specifically scientific text, which recalls technical writing products. There include the amplified definitions, describing a mechanism, describing a process, and so on. The main focus is on being able to write each one of those kind of texts. Next slide. Toby Brody's course is an eight-week course for high intermediate to advanced level pre-university students from different cultures, intergrades, work on for skills of speaking, listening, reading, and writing. She organized her course around skills that the students will need to master in order to do well in university. The skills are summarizing, interviewing, objective reporting, proposing solutions. And she chose the newspaper as the text for her course. And the last example of syllabus is, next slide. The last example of syllabus is the syllabus that was designed by Valerie Barnes. It's a 4-week holiday or vacation course for young adults that designed for students use the language they had learned more formally at school actively. She designed the course so that the student would need to actively use the language they had learned more formally at school. Each module is a week long and follows something of a predictable sequence or cycle of activities. The first one activity is prepare for the field trip, and the next is take the field trip, and the last is learn from the field trip. So her course is organized around time-related field trips. During the field trip, they each have language and culture-based tasks to perform. Each week, the field trip demands more linguistically of the students. So the 4 syllabus that have investigated thus far in the chapter each have a different organizing principle. Topics, writing text or task, academic skills, and time-based field trips. The content of a unit brings together the language and skills that will enable students to achieve the focus of the unit. For this reason, organizing the principle must be capable of bringing together a variety of language and skills elements to support it in achieving the objective. Thank you.
Thank you for Agustin Salina. For the next material will be presented by Sunita.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the next material is about sequencing. Sequencing is involved deciding the order in which you will teach the units, to some extent the order within each unit. Nah, jadi di sequencing ini adalah merupakan urutan-urutan dalam pengajaran yang dibubuhkan di course. Next. Okay, the next is the main principle of sequencing. When you're putting a course together, it's based on the common sense principle of building. Step A is prepare in some way or provide the foundation for step B. Next is step B. It is prepare for step C and so on. Next. Next is some ways to understand the idea that A prepare for B or the first is A is simpler or less demanding, B is more complex or more demanding. Second is A is more control, B is more open-ended. And the third is provide knowledge or skill required to do or understand B, or B built on knowledge and skill provide A. Next. And the next is sequencing at the course level and at the unit level. It is according to researcher. The first is from Valerie Barnes. Valerie said that this is manifest on a weekly basis in the way the week is structured with activities leading up to the field trip. And then the field trip itself has a prerequisite for the follow-up activities and offer the course as a whole with the types of field trips each week. Nah, jadi dari Valerie BEMS ini, si course-nya itu disusun dengan menggunakan kegiatan yang mengarah ke acara kunjungan lapangan. Yang dilaksanakan kunjungannya itu setiap seminggu, dan kemudian kunjungan tersebut menjadi salah satu syarat untuk kegiatan selanjutnya yang di bawah course. And the next is from Toby Brody. This is manifest in the weekly organization where each task, belum. From Toby Brody. Yeah, where each task builds on the one before in order to culminate in the skill focus of the week and in the course as a whole, where each focus increasingly more complex and uses the skill learned or depend the previous weeks. Nah, jadi menurut Toby ini, course itu merupakan satu kegiatan mingguan yang dimana tugasnya itu dibuat sebelum pelaksanaan pembelajaran yang akan berfokus untuk pembelajaran di minggu nanti gitu. Kemudian di mana setiap fokus pembelajarannya itu akan semakin rumit serta menggunakan metode atau keterampilan yang sudah dipelajari sebelumnya. Next. Now, this is the example of Farmer's course syllabus. It is the sequencing on every week. It is the first week for introduction to SP until 12th week, self-evaluation and the evaluation of presentation. Next. Sequencing within each unit are based on the material design model from English for specific purposes, a learning center approach by Hutchinson and Waters. And which include the following point. The first point is input, second point is content focus, third is language focus, and the last is writing text. Okay,
thank you for Sonita. For the next material, this will be presented by me. Okay, this is the unit content. The unit content is if the content of a unit will depend on how we can conceptualize the course content and the course objective. For example, it is by Dennis. Each unit in the Spanish course, she bring vocabulary, grammar, culture, function, and skill reading, include writing, speaking, and listening using a topic as unifying a focus. This element include the grammar, culture, function, and this will be done by Dennis. So, jadi itu adalah konsep yang dibuat oleh si Dennis tentang cara bagaimana membuat si unit content. And if the organizing principle of course of process skill is not a topic or them, then the unit content will be somewhat predictable. It will be include the language. Ini bisa termasuk ke dalam bahasa, skill, atau strategi yang dibutuhkan dalam proses pembelajaran si siswanya. Contohnya, seperti for the Brockie course, he add some scientific text, which is student must understand and can produce in the class meeting. The next is about unit organization. So unit organization has a three-way to meaning it, and the first one is about the cycle. Next is metric and the combination. Cycle mean it that some element appear in predictable order, and once sequencing is completely, it start all over again. So ini adalah suatu yang bisa dibilang berputar-putar. Jadi suatu yang dibuat dari awal ke tengah lalu ke akhir lalu kembali lagi ke awal. Next is matrix. Matrix is the element and selected from specific content category but not in the predictable order. Jadi ini ya for not predictable order. Contohnya seperti time-based course that interesting in speaking or listening, reading or writing. So we can unit with a listening exercise and then follow it with the reading. Jadi like mix with the two skill in one. And for the next is combination. Combination is combination from the cycle and the matrix. So in this course, follow a predictable sequence of learning activities such as starting each unit with a survey. Dengan cara mensurvei siswanya terlebih dahulu untuk mengetahui apa saja topik yang dibutuhkan oleh siswanya. Setelah itu baru kita menganalisis dan membuat sebuah gambaran atau matriks yang berguna untuk pembelajaran ke depannya. Next is about the example of the cycle from Chris Gordon about adaptation of problem. For the first one, he identified an issue and then he follow up with a develop present that issue as code and then the analyze using the 5 dialog question and then choose the plan action, implement action and evaluation. So listen to the student concerned and to identify the issue they are facing. And once an issue is identified by the teacher or student, the next is waiting before addressing the issue. Next is after identifying the student after giving a critical question about student, so yang harus kita lakukan adalah kita harus menjawab penjelasan itu seperti menggunakan penjelasan seperti ini. For the example is describe the issue. Kita harus menjelaskan dulu the isunya apa. As student and define the issue and then personalize the issue. Look at the large context and address the character. Address the strategies. By asking this question, the teacher is presenting the point of view what in order to improve our life, student life. Kita should ask a critical question and question the exciting. By answer the question, the student are expected to able use language that useful for yang berguna bagi kehidupannya dia dan situasinya dia. Nah, selanjutnya adalah example bagaimana lesson plan yang dibuat oleh si penulis seperti ini. For the Monday, he got introduction to week theme, structure, and vocabulary. The Thursday, storytelling, listening, and speaking strategies. Wednesday, code-like activity, focused on Chinese or US culture and writing. The Thursday, silent way, visual activity, pronunciation, catch up, running and speaking, or listening logs. And the last day, he got feedback and learning strategies. Nah, ini pertamanya adalah sebuah gambaran lesson plan yang dibuat oleh si penulis. But he get a problem di mana semua ini bentar. Konsep yang telah dia buat sebelumnya yang seperti ini adalah hasilnya adalah konsepnya hanya akan membatasi tentang apa yang akan terjadi. Jadi dia hanya membatasi semua progres setiap pembelajarannya. So he improve their lesson plan and they ask about to her friend and he got like this. This how the writer and the dialogue make all cycle and is more good than before. So In the next, the writer and the dialogue made a better cycle pattern like this. And these narratives have a several points. For the first, organizing the course is not like putting together jigsaw puzzle so that each piece can be neatly arranged. But there are two arguments against terhadap yang apa sih namanya, dua argumen yang membatalkan tentang course ini. And for the first one is the an exercise in the abstractive that will be end in the first station. And the second is reason not to use the course design as a jigsaw puzzle is that may leave a student alone, dapat meninggalkan si siswanya when the course is not successful. It will blame the student for not getting it, and other than to tailoring and course their need. Jadi si yang alasan pertamanya itu memiliki beberapa kendala tadinya, tapi it's okay. Nah, di poin kedua si naratif Dennis mengatakan is need to make a choice and justify them inflection where the incorporate everything he know and he want to try into a syllabus. This result miss mah and has no coherent. Jadi ini mungkin yang ini lebih baik daripada yang sebelumnya. Kita bisa lihat sendiri ada di sini lebih rapi, setiap harinya ada cycle, setiap minggunya ada lagi, dan setiap bulannya ada lagi. So when he reminded himself what their goal is about the syllabus and provided the basis for the rest, the conceptual platform of the support to make a course well ultimately based on what make we sense. Jadi lebih dalam pembuatan ini akan lebih masuk akal ketika kita membuatnya seperti ini. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for your attention, and that's all from us. I'm really sorry if we have a mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Recordingnya tuh matiin aja.